is
That's hot. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Whipper.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Bit of a racy topic on the podcast today. Have you seen your parents in a compromising position? You would be scarred. I mean, if you were to see your mum and your dad doing what some adults do, then that would be really confronting. Your mum and dad were quite free and easy about this stuff, weren't they, Fitz? 'Cause in the backyard, on the trampoline, then they're on the couch, and they're in the kitchen.
Yep.
Rabbits.
They have definitely done it, I think,
Yeah,
at some
they have.
stage, yes. It's, God, have you been scarred before? Let's get into the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Parent dinner for a grade 1 class on Friday night. Good to get everybody together. You know what the parent dinners are like. You're always meeting new people. Name tags could have been helpful on Friday night. That's okay. Knew a few of them. Got to meet some other new ones, which is awesome.
A lot of parents, they live for this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, here's one for you. At Huey School, Sarah, there's, a lot of us parents socialising, but there is an actual socialising group for parents whose kids have left the school but still want to socialise with other parents.
So ex-kids parents group.
So, yeah.
Alumni parents, which is weird because you would just have exchanged numbers and become friends, wouldn't
Well,
you? You don't
yeah,
need the school to put the dinner on.
The friendship would have existed by then, you would have thought. What's happened, and I want to be very clear here in case someone from the parent group is listening, this did not happen in our parent group. This was a friends group.
Oh, rightio, mate. Sickos.
Hang on, so they divide your year into groups. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, they go classrooms.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So this was grade 1 Ted's class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can confront a parent who's
Yeah,
had a
you
crack
can.
at Ted.
Yeah, you can go, hey, your
Hey,
kid,
just tell your kid if he does it again.
Yeah,
mate,
we're gonna
I'll-
knock him out.
You'll get a phone call from
Or
him.
I'll send my mate Fitz around.
Yeah, Fitzy's going to knock on your
Yes.
front door and give you some Nova merch. You don't want that to happen. Anyway,
Here's your hoodie.
we've spoken about technology syncing up before. Now, what these parents had done is that they had decided to play out a small fantasy for the two of them, which involved making their own film. They made their own little clip, their own little movie.
Oh,
And-
yeah, like a TikTok.
Yeah,
kind
that
of video.
kind
Yeah,
of thing.
right,
But
gotcha.
this
Yep.
had so much detail.
A dance.
Not so much. It was a
Horizontal.
type of
Yeah,
dance.
yep.
Yeah, absolutely. There was several moves they were doing. Now, they put so much effort into this, it included the storyline of the mum knocking at the front door.
Role play.
I'm here to clean the house. Oh, come inside. Our kitchen looks dirty.
How
You better get busy helping do that. Hang on a minute. I've noticed you and scrubbing the bottom door of the fridge.
Bum's here. How embarrassing? Like, what? As a bit of a laugh.
You haven't heard the main bit here. They filmed it on the iPhone, which connected to the kid's iPad.
Oh my gosh.
The kid
Amateur.
has come across this footage, said nothing, but then one of the other kids, his mate who lives down the road, came over to play. The kid whose parents made the film says to his friend, hey, have a look what I found. Plays it on the iPad and connects it to the TV.
Oh,
So it's on the big screen of his mum and dad.
jackpot. Jackpot for any kid.
Did one of them walk in at least and see this in
The
action?
mum. The mum walked in to see her and dad
Performance.
getting to know each other on the big screen in front of the neighbour's kid and school and parent friend.
There's no remorse there at all. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
At least it was mum and dad, not mum and the gardener or dad
Well,
and
you're
the
Thinking
babysitter.
that might be the sequel. The pool boy arrives.
Well, it's harder to explain to your kids. At least mum and dad are in love and this has got out of control.
I'm here to clean out your skimmer box.
How old were the kids?
The kids are about 7.
So do they know what that is?
Oh, yeah, they know exactly what's going on. So now there's been a huge fallout because little Timmy from down the road, he ran home
Yeah, he would have.
and said, I've just seen this.
Said, why aren't you guys making these
So the next
videos?
thing you know, there's another knock at the door. It's the parents, and they weren't there to film anything.
What?
They've had a huge fallout. So this big friendship group has gone, broken up. Neighbours are fighting. Parents are fighting.
Oh, that feels
School's
extreme.
been made aware because mum and dad wanted to play out a small role of mum turning up as a French maid to clean the kitchen.
First of all, where are you, if you're a parent, where are you finding the time to write a script?
Great question.
Why
I don't know
are
if
you
there was so much
filming it?
script.
And filming it.
Like, if
right?
you've got the time to sit and rewatch it, just reenact it.
But then if it's your mum and dad as well, and you've watched this take place in your kitchen, when you're sitting down for your soldiers and you're baking and eggs, you're kind of questioning whether the table was cleaned.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, that kitchen bench is not for that type of dinner.
Wow.
It's already a dressing on the salad.
It's, you know what, there's no remorse, no sorrow there at all for these parents. I'm sorry. If you're going to go down that road,
But
you've got to be
could
prepared.
you imagine you're 6, you're 7, call yourself 10, and you stumble across a video of Claire and Mick putting on one of the great shows of the modern era.
You would be...
Claire's in a swing and she's got a leather mask on.
Don't overthink the planning
I mean,
there,
who
Whips.
knows? And Mick comes in and he's just got a belt on and nothing else.
Oh.
And it's on. Claire's here to clean the...
Yeah, but you don't lose friends over it. Like, I knew a girl whose
Go on.
daughter watched something online with a friend, and the reason that became problematic was that the girl started having nightmares because they didn't understand what they were watching.
Yeah, someone's getting hurt here.
And so they had to tell the school because she was crying at night and saying, "I don't want this to happen." But you don't lose a friend. Like, they didn't do anything wrong.
I cry a lot at night too, says, I'm wanting this to happen.
Oh,
Kids are going to
stop.
talk as well. I mean, that spreads like wildfire.
13, 24, 10. What did you see of your parents that you've never been able to forget? I mean, this kid is 7 and he's watched this video. For one, he didn't know his mum worked as a cleaner. And secondly, he will grow up and have that image in his head forevermore. Forever and ever. As for the bloke down the road, my God, that poor little kid. The dad now wants to get his house cleaned.
Oh, stop.
Gosh.
13, 24, 10. Were you scarred by what you saw from your parents?
Get the jump on summer and check out whatif.com for amazing getaways. Aussies just know how to summer. It's in our DNA.
Bring it on. Book your accommodation, flights, car hire and more, all on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Tommy in Glenhaven, what excuse did your parents give, Tommy, when you wandered in?
I wandered into the room and they told me that they were playing a board game under the covers.
A board game.
Mousetrap?
Oh, where was the board game?
And all I heard, I don't know, I don't want to go on about the sound, so I woke up in the morning and I asked Mum and Dad who won, and Mum said Daddy won.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
isn't that amazing?
Guess who?
It was a draw. We got to go again.
Has your person got a helmet on?
Oh,
Fancy. Jesus.
yep. Is it Dad? Yep. How did you know? Well, there's only one person playing. Okay, Tommy, thanks, buddy. It's not Eric, is it? No, it's not. It's Dad again. Beck, welcome to the show. What's your story, Beck?
I worked in a school, and in the classroom we had one of the students on his iPad, and Mum had dropped him off, and off she'd gone home, and she was taking photos of herself. And as she was uploading them on the phone, they were coming up on his iPad in the classroom.
Oh,
bad. We had to quickly go into the office and ring Mum and tell her to stop, and then have a very awkward conversation.
What was Mum? Was just Mum just taking a few selfies, or were they a bit
Well,
suggestive?
she was taking some under the underneath selfies,
So Beck,
mirror selfies.
oh,
and-
Mum, but to
yeah.
think,
Yeah.
like to think you'd drop the kid off at school, go home and go, all right, kids in, that was a 20 to 9. I've got a 9:30 photo shoot with
Yeah,
myself in the
now I'll
bathroom.
rip in.
Yeah.
But then
Oh,
also,
my God.
They kept coming. They kept
Ah.
popping up. And
Careful with
yeah.
the wording.
for the son. But like I said before, for every other boy in
Oh,
that
it's a
class,
win-win,
it
isn't it?
is jackpot. Like that is there forever.
And Beck, what about when you saw the mum next?
It was very hard to make eye contact. Well, we had to have a meeting with her and talk to her about, technology and how to use it properly.
Oh,
And,
my God. So you were able to share
Yeah.
some of your advice on how to do it, were you?
yeah, exactly.
You got to get your leg in this position. You shouldn't be shooting down like that. The lighting was completely wrong.
Beck, great call, Beck. Good luck with the 10K today. Mark in Preston's, what did you see your parents do when you were younger?
Morning, team. My parents were both cops growing up, and so when you're a small
kid and you feel sick or you have a bad dream, you know, how you wander into your parents' room.
Yep.
So my parents would grab their nightstick straight away and then reach for the gun and point it at you because they were scared in the middle of the night.
Awesome.
Are you serious? So you're going in having nightmares and Dad pulls out a gun because he thinks there's someone in the house?
Yeah, you learn pretty quickly just to suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, okay.
Jeez.
Mate, good security though. You'd feel safe in that
Oh,
house.
your dad's ready to go. You never walk in there again, do you, Mark? Thanks, buddy. Tom in Carlingford, what did you walk in, buddy? On.
Hey, I walked in on my father being bent over the table receiving a prostate exam.
Oh, no.
Like an actual one.
Like a how
as
many
proper
fingers?
Doctor.
Yeah. I was about 10 years old and he pretty much took me to the doctor's office and said, oh, don't come in unless it's an emergency. And I received a call from my sister, walked in and I saw the doctor approaching his anus with a rubber glove.
Oh,
And
jeez.
yeah, I really didn't know what to say and neither of them told me to leave the room.
But, Dad,
We were
you
all a bit shocked.
said you had a sore throat, Dad.
What was that?
Oh,
I didn't know we were getting examinations here in the office as well, Tom.
that's really
Does the
weird.
doctor come into Nova? Or
No, that was negotiations. And Tom does that annually.
Yeah, no, I'm unqualified.
Biannually.
But very good. Oh, biannually.
Annually,
almost. Yep.
Well done, Tom.
I'm just looking for that few extra $1,000 there.
You won't find it in there. Bobby in Blacktown, what's your story?
Morning, guys. So I was 6 and my parents told me to go to bed because they're going to go watch the football. Anyway, long story short, I walked in. They were doing some activities while watching some explicit content, so the football definitely wasn't on.
Oh, there was football, there was chin ball, there was... There was all sorts of ball.
Definitely a penalty, Dad.
Oh,
That
my
is-
God. He was red carded.
Mum's in the corner. Jeez.
Couldn't have been supporting, shouting so loud she was loving the game. Oh, Bobby, and you've never forgotten it.
Oh, that is...
No, I have not.
Oh,
that is-
shit. Did they see you, Bobby?
scarred.
Did they know you'd walked in?
Yes, my mum was kind of panicking, and yeah, so it's safe to say that she's like, yeah, this is different. This is mummy daddy games. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
I went to
mummy,
bed thinking, oh god.
mummy, daddy games. Well, I don't want to be a mummy and daddy then. Oh my gosh. Thanks,
keep,
Bobby.
Keep your calls coming. What are you scarred by? What did your parents scar you with when you were younger?
Helen in Pimble's got a story. What is it, Helen?
Hi, guys. I was probably about 11 or 12 years old, and my mum had gone away on holidays for about 6 weeks with my grandmother. And I walked in on my dad one night reading some explicit magazines. I'd done one of those knock and open the door at the same time, and he had looked so shocked and threw the magazines under the covers.
Oh.
And I hadn't said anything, and I actually just left the room, and I clearly was interrupting something.
Oh.
And when he had gone to work the next day, I went snooping around my parents' room and found a stack of them between the mattress and the bed frame.
Awesome.
And I didn't know what to do, and I actually ended up throwing them out. But my dad had obviously realised that it was me who had thrown it away because I'm the only one who actually saw it. But we'd never spoken about it. So his stash of magazines has gone missing, and to this day we've never actually talked.
Oh, my
That
God.
is
Helen,
gross.
he's on the line now. Say hello to your dad. Oh, that is really awkward.
Oh,
really
well done,
awkward.
Helen.
Thank you, Helen.
Great solution. Craig in Forest Lodge. What did you walk in on, Craig?
So I was 7, having my first sleepover with a friend, and I accidentally wet the bed. So I walked into his parents' room to tell them that I had peed their son's bed, and they were naked on top of the bed in a very compromising position.
Okay. Okay. Looks like she was about to wet the bed as well.
Oh,
Did you ever go back and stay there again?
No, I didn't.
did you tell
I
your
think it's
mate,
scarred.
Craig? Did you tell your mate what you saw, or you kept it quiet?
No, I definitely told him.
Yeah.
And so did they see you and stop and say, oh, hi, Craig, everything okay?
They didn't speak to me, but they definitely saw me.
Oh, no. What about the next morning?
So awkward.
Yeah, awkward.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, last one. Keelan and Kirrawee. What did you find that your dad was trying to hide, Keelan?
Hey guys, how you going?
Good,
Good,
mate.
Keelan.
So the best part was my old man gave me a phone. So I started catching the bus in primary school,
Yep.
just in case of emergencies. And anyway, I was going through the phone, and then there was this recording. So I pressed play, and it was everything that my dad was going to do to my stepmom when he got home.
Oh, my no.
So had he filmed himself?
Obviously, to go through a few
No,
bills.
voice recording.
Voice recording. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The part was there was multiple recordings, so he was rehearsing it.
Oh,
Oh, no.
He just kept stuffing up, you know.
practice makes perfect.
Oh, my God. So it was just a to-do list of it was jobs like cleaning out the gutters and...
Yeah, pretty much.
Painting the back fence and...
I got to say, guys, I'm pretty upset I'm not invited to the prop crawl, mate.
Oh, Keelan, you want to get involved, do you, buddy?
100%, mate. It's Keelan Nova.
Keelan, you will be. We're going to announce the pubs that we're going to over the next week or two, because it's not this Friday, it's next Friday.
Keelan, what's your local?
Mate, it doesn't matter where it is. It's as long as it serves Guinness, I'm happy.
Righto.
aggressive.
Keelan, beautiful.
You're
Bring your
Keelan
dad
for
along.
an invite and you will get one, mate. You will get one.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Trick or treat. Hey, it's me. What's that voice I can hear?
If you are around the Rose Bay area tonight, go for the trick. See what you get. Knock on a few doors, see if you can get a trick in.
I'll be taking all the treats. It gets a little bit hard as a parent when you're marching around the streets and kids are getting all the lolly. And you know what? If there's a communal bowl out there, right, and you've got it on your front fence, don't be one of those kids that's a little piglet. Don't be the piglet that takes every lolly. One lolly per kid.
I did tell
It's
you.
pretty simple.
Did tell you this morning the amount of the Halloween lolly prices that have gone up. Twix has gone up 53%, Skittles 41%, Starburst 30%.
Cheeky.
M&M's up 12%. The wealth of the Mars candy family is up 44% during the pandemic.
What are they worth?
To $106 billion.
Just for making the kids fat.
And Halloween is a big one for them. Halloween is a big one.
How good are Smarties? You guys like
I
Smarties?
love Smarties.
Love Smarties. How good are Maltesers? I could go through the whole list, but we won't. A woman by the name of Sharon Miller. It's fairly scary in itself. Sharon was concerned about the behaviour of her pets. She's got a dog and a cat. And she decided to put a couple of cameras inside to try and capture what was scaring them in the night. First things first, you can see the outline of people moving around.
Give me a break.
The house. Shadows wander in and drift away just as fast as they came.
Sharon getting some ice cream at.
There's Sharon, yeah, she's a sleep eater. She'll move through a tub of Dairy Bell within a couple of minutes. Neapolitan for Sharon.
Most Sharons do.
Sharon's on the couch going through it. Then Sharon decided to play back because the camera would record when the pets moved. So the pets were getting up and they were sort of stunned. Looking around in the middle of the night, you could see the colour of their eyes glowing like that red that the camera picked up. Then all of a sudden, Sharon heard something that was the scariest sound she's ever heard. Have a listen.
Hi, Mum. I'm home.
Oh, no, not that's Jason. Sorry, that was Jason Jackson, the Michael Jackson impersonator. No, that's wrong, Macca. Don't get me wrong, we were kind of scared by that.
That is so freaky.
She heard somebody asking for help.
That is a dog.
That is the dog spewing
Or
up.
a
That's
cat
not a
going-
dog.
It's
a
not
furball.
saying help.
Listen to this. Go again, Macca. A dog does not make that clear sound of the H. Help.
No.
All right, here it is. This is another one. So this is a different time on a different day.
Could be a
So-
tummy
It's the
rumble
dog
of an
just-
animal.
So
It's the cat bringing up a furball.
no, it's
Yeah.
not a cat, and it's not the dog, because you see the dog act after they've heard this sound. So it's not like the dog's got up and gone. Ugh. That's not happening. Then all of a sudden the cat is up like, you know when a cat does that, like it arches its back,
Yeah.
like scaredy cat. The cat goes up like that when it hears that sound. Help.
I mean, you're not wrong. It sounds like help, but
If that was in your house, I'll tell you what, you'd be burning sage, you'd be selling the property, you'd probably burn the house down.
Especially because we don't have a cat.
I'd go straight back to sleep.
No, you would not.
It's not scary
What
at all.
did she do?
So once she saw this camera and she saw the footage as well of how the pets were reacting, she said, maybe I'll check the camera during the day. And it was at that stage she was looking at it, and she had friends over. So we've got a clear shot of the camera outside the door where somebody's standing. Then the time passes and the friend leaves. Then there's still an outline of somebody standing outside the door.
It's one of the friends, mate. She's still hanging around.
That's tough.
It's always hard to get stragglers out at the end of the night.
It's nothing to do with stragglers at the end of the night. It was during the day,
Do
mate.
you reckon the ghost has rocked up and gone, oh, I thought you guys were having a drink. Can I join? Oh, everyone's gone to bed.
Help.
I mean, that sounds like a desperate ghost too.
It does, but did someone live in her house that needed help? Like, is there a backstory that makes her think this?
Yeah, a man was murdered by his wife there.
You're making that up.
Head cut off.
That's exactly how I sound when my alarm goes off every morning.
Help. Actual footage. The sound of Fitzy realising that he's back going to be on air in 2 hours' time.
Is that your Halloween?
That is the scariest story ever.
I'm home.
And that's Jason Jackson. Maybe I'll wear my Michael Jackson mask that I've got for Halloween tonight.
Yeah, that would scare a lot of people.
And I could dance. I could moonwalk my way around the streets.
There's these new Moonwalker shoes. Have anyone seen them?
Why aren't we talking about that, Tommy?
They make you walk 250%
Oh my God.
faster.
They're so good.
They're not actual shoes. You wear your normal shoes, and then they're like little skate things, Sarah. And when you walk, walk. Twice as quick.
So they're rollerblades.
Tomorrow on the show, we'll talk
of.
about that.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get some of those, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, you want free shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the wheels one, the fast ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
This whole Twitter. What's going
Elon.
on at the moment is really weird because it doesn't seem viable for Elon Musk to buy it for. We're talking $69 billion he's bought Twitter for, and I just don't know where he's going to get that money back.
What do you mean?
It's bleeding money.
Yeah,
like they are in.
It's been plummeting.
It has been plummeting for a long time. He's come out and said it's not all about advertising for me. He thinks it's the way of the future though, but I don't know what he's going to do. I'm a little bit disappointed because I think maybe he might let Donald Trump back onto the site.
Yeah, okay.
And that just, I love Twitter. I love because you'll find out your news.
It's instant, isn't it?
Instant. And for me, like, trolls have never bothered me. I actually find it quite funny. I love to get involved with that whole debate. But when Donald Trump's on there, I get upset. Like, I get angry all the time.
But I mean, if you look at Twitter and you look at the freedom of speech, as they've said, then you would say, Trump, you can be on there. Yeah. You can shout your ways if you want, because everybody else does too.
Do you know what? He's begun laying the groundwork for a massive round of layoffs. So he's come in and he's saying he's going to get rid of the CEO, the CFO.
He already has, hasn't he?
Well, he's just going to there's 75% of the workforce could be cut.
But why?
Well, he's going to do it his own way. So you guys have been doing it wrong for so long. That's why I've bought it. I'm going to do it my way.
You know, before the ink dried, so the signature was on the paper that he'd bought it. He fired the CEO and the CFO.
But then you just got to pay them out. You just more and more money.
So they had to be walked from the building. Like, that was it. See you later. Thanks, guys.
They think it's a bloodbath to the point where, I mean, there's a couple of blokes grabbed some boxes there with some folders in it and said, there's so much media at the front of Twitter headquarters. Let's just go there with a box and make out that we've been laid off. They're not Twitter employees. So they walked out of the building with these boxes.
Awesome.
This was the first guy. This is what he had to say.
Software engineer. How long have you been working here? 3 years. Out of college. It's my first job out of college.
Did they tell you why you were laid off? Did they give a reason?
They said like no reason, but it's just like restructuring or.
He's got no idea what he's talking about. Then his mate rocks up with a box as well, and have a listen to what he says at the end here.
I mean, if free speech is, Nazis saying that, trans women shouldn't, use women's locker rooms, then awesome. I guess mission accomplished. We'll see. Listen, I got to touch base with my husband and wife. I got to get out of here, all right? Thank you, guys. Sorry. Daniel, thank you.
I've got to touch base with my husband and wife. He's never worked at Twitter in his life.
What a
But
great
it came out
angle.
afterwards, and the media actually wrote this. Those guys' names were Rahul Ligma and Daniel Johnson. Ligma Johnson.
Oh, that is Ligma Johnson caught lying again.
That's too good.
I do. You know what? When your company gets taken over by somebody else, it is pretty nerve-wracking.
Oh, it'd be very scary because you talk about Donald Trump. The other person that he fired on the spot was the girl who banned Donald Trump from Twitter. So the person that actually said Donald Trump gone from Twitter, Elon Musk sacked her the minute they'd signed as well.
See, this is
slightly concerning.
If he gets back on there, it's going to be negative Nancy the whole time, and it's just, I feel like you're fighting with people the whole time.
I'm going to stay off Twitter, mate. That's what I've decided to do.
Just go, yeah,
I don't know
stay
when I
off
opened
there.
the account last, but I'm definitely going to stay off it.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
They're saying now that scientists, Japanese scientists, have finally found the cure for bald men.
Is it head tattooing?
No, you can grow back hair. So they've been using this on mice, and it's working. Now, whether it goes into human cells, they don't know. But, Sarah, have a look at D21 and D333 there. Those
It's
two
like one
photos.
strand of hair.
Yeah, but that's just one. I mean, they're just working on one there, Sarah. Imagine doing that on your whole head.
Isn't that a hair implant? Hasn't that been put into the skin?
No, it's hair shafts appeared 30 days following transplantation.
Yeah, well, there
and
you go.
hair growth and hair loss were repeated at 3 to 4 week intervals for at least 10 months, and a full head of hair comes back.
Now that you're at your stage of life, the tender age of 46 and just getting better by the day, if you could have your hair back, would you?
No.
Because I know that you do like a wig. For anybody tuning in for the first time in the office, in the cupboard above Fitzy's desk, there's about 6 wigs.
Can I say how good it is? I'm telling you right now, and I know you're going. You're trying to find
a positive.
You're
for
trying to
being
find a
bald.
positive for being bald, but not to look in the mirror anymore, and not to worry what your hair looks like. And also, I never go to a hair salon anymore.
Oh, which is bliss because they're horrible.
Oh, this is the thing. You got to book
Yeah.
it in, Sarah. You got to go
Time-suckers.
talk to someone for an hour.
Expensive.
But I like having hair. Like, I like having hair on my head.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it. I love running my fingers through it. I like going, hey, you look cool, man.
And that's the most important thing, that you're happy with it.
I mean, you're glad you're not bald, Seth. Tommy's got hair. He's wrapped.
Yeah.
See, but you...
Macca, he likes his hair.
I love how scared you are that you're losing
Not
your
scared,
hair. That
not scared,
you are on the strongest medication, so strong that you were told you had to get off it if you want to have children.
Well, I'm actually on a different medication to that, so I'll update you on that because I found a stronger one.
Oh, so this is your third set of medication?
No, the one I was on then, right? For anybody that wants to know about hair loss and also drugs, you can take Propecia, right? So that's the brand. Finasteride is the actual drug. That is like a blocker.
Yeah.
So that stops your hair from falling out. It can regrow in some capacity.
Okay.
Then you've got another drug called minoxidil. Now, you can have different strengths of minoxidil. Minoxidil is the big one. So
what does that do?
It grows hair wherever there was ever hair on your body.
She's your nuts.
Why are you
Sorry?
doing this?
What?
Oh, they're quite hairy, yeah.
What?
I know, that's what I meant.
I had, like, when I was 18 or 20, I had my back lasered, right? I would have had my back lasered maybe 7 times because I didn't want hair on my back. And like Mum said, you know, I gave you beautiful skin and then your father went and put hair all over it. That's her theory on things. And then I haven't had hair on my back for so long. I get on this drug, which you take for your hair on your head. Bang. You pop out like a fuzzy ball.
Why would you want that?
3 weeks later, I'm standing nude in the bathroom, and Lisa walked in and went, "Oh my God, what has happened here? Have a look at you.
It can't be right.
Everywhere.
You're like a chia pet.
It's beautiful, Says. You can pat. You could comb me any part of my body.
Are you going to take this for the rest of your life?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Are you allowed to stop, and does everything then fall out? Or
No,
does
it
just
doesn't.
stay
'Cause
as
sometimes I run out and then I don't update it for, say, 4 months and nothing really
is?
happens.
Oh, well, then why don't you just stop?
I don't
You've got
know.
enough air.
It's an emotional one. It's one where you think, oh, no, well, I've come this far, or maybe I'll do that. Or...
Does it make things tough? In,
No.
Like, does the
No,
stuff
nothing
just
has
not-
shrunk.
No, I meant, like,
no,
does it not stand to attention?
goes. It still can still reach 12 o'clock.
Also, the other one as well is that hairy bum can be really
Problematic?
hard to clean.
It's lovely.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
no, stop looking at me with a knowing nod.
Yeah,
I do not
says,
understand. I do not have hair
always-
around my bum.
You've always had that problem.
Yes. No, I haven't.
It's like filtering water. You got to get rid of all the crap. It's hard to get through.
Okay.
It's like running the gauntlet. You got to just push your way
What, are
through,
you
and it's just a.
Okay. And Lisa is getting sick of having to get the gurney out.
Oh,
yeah.
If she's too close, it can really hurt. But anyway, we get through it.
Here's the other one. This is a big one. So the husband and wife team behind Pfizer, right?
Yeah.
This husband and wife team were the ones that helped develop the COVID jab, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were interviewed recently about that in the pandemic over the last few years, and they were asked about a cure for cancer. This is what they had to say.
When do you believe cancer vaccines might be something that many patients around the world would be able to access?
We believe that this will happen definitively, even in broader scale before 2030.
That would be amazing.
They are confident that there will be a cancer vaccine within the next 8 years.
Wow.
Because a lot of the technology too, they talk about where you could even have an implant that's put into your bloodstream, and so it was able, in terms of cancer and early detection, so it was able to pick up if there'd been a mutation of a cell. So it would simply alert you that something was going on. But I think what happens too is you have mutations all the time, but your immune system will fight them and kill them off. So you have what you could consider to be the beginning or the embryonic stages of cancer all the time. But then your system just kills it off.
Yes.
But when it mutates too far, well, there's your issue.
Imagine that. I didn't know it was so quick, but they seemed very confident that they're not that far away.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because some days you sound really smart, and I feel like your body's been taken over.
Yeah.
Because, like, how do you,
No,
the guy who
he's-
can't spell peanut, come up with an embryonic state or whatever you just said?
He does a lot of research in furthering his lifespan.
I know, but he remembers those medical facts, and no joke, will spell angel like angle in 20 minutes.
If it wasn't for the emoji that comes up, I'd be stuffed with angle and angel. Absolutely.
They're tough,
stuffed.
I get it, but whoever's in your body today, good work.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Lights, camera, hilarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories this morning, guys. Kim Kardashian's ex Pete Davidson has had a meltdown on set, throwing coffees, candles and a TV in his trailer. He was on the set of his new series Bupkis. He's been sent home and production has been paused while he gets himself together, they've said. Yeah, it's not great. You feel for him as well. I mean, you look at the other ex,
Why are we feeling for him?
Because it's sad. Like, he's clearly someone with a lot of stuff going on, and we know he's got a history of mental health
Right.
issues. And then you've got Kanye, who in LA overnight on the street was being asked about things, and this is what he said.
By what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt.
Oh, my God.
I mean, how he can compare himself to George Floyd is unbelievable.
He's been attacked for that, says, but then goes on to say he gave $2 million out of his own money to George Floyd's family.
Well, I think he had to, because they were going to sue him for $270 million, which feels a lot more severe, because they said the distress caused by those statements he originally made, not those ones last night, was so much that they could get him for defamation. And it is significant. Like, God, he's lipping off about stuff.
Man.
Anyway, two blokes having a tough time. Simon Cowell has revealed becoming a dad saved him from a very dark obsession he had with work, and it made him change his ways on TV. Because remember, he sort of became famous for being the tough guy, bit rough with contestants and things. That was his shtick. Anyway, since he had his son Eric, he said he sees things differently.
This whole thing about bullying That's the number one thing. Practically every kid who ever auditions on our show, if you ask the question, 99% of them have been bullied at some point. And you know, the idea of him being bullied, I couldn't deal with that.
Do you think you're a bit more sensitive in that way?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it does change things. You have a kid and you see the world differently.
It's a sad one. Because he's polarising as well, Simon Cowell, isn't he?
Do you mean because of his V-neck T-shirts, or do you mean because of some of the Rolex skivvies?
Or all the plastic surgery? Is that what you mean?
It's always hard because his face keeps changing.
I quite like him, but I think he makes a good point that, you know, we don't support that person on TV anymore, do we? The mean judge.
No,
that sort
that's
of thing.
old school.
Absolutely, and, you know, if it took a kid for him to realise.
Although, Cess, can I just say, and I love AGT, I'm watching it and I'm really into it, but I think there are some acts on there that wouldn't get a yes from me. Like, I'm watching some of the stuff going, oh, you've been sucked in by the story. It just needs to be an X. You're talking about, it needs to be some sort of really interesting performance.
Is this another audition to become a judge?
Yeah, I want to take Shane Jacobson's job.
Yeah, but you can...
He's way better than you.
No, he's
you can still let them through, Whips. They're not going to win the whole thing. You can give them the confidence boost of saying what you did was amazing. You're not going to win it. Yeah.
And, mate, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there.
What is it?
I reckon it might be set up. I don't know.
No, it's not, mate. How dare
I reckon
you?
they know who's going to get through to the final.
That is not true. They wouldn't have a clue.
Finally, guys, Taylor Swift. Turns out that she missed out on a role in your favourite movie, Whips, Les Mis. So she had auditioned to be in the 2012 film. And the problem was they made her try out with Eddie Redmayne. And she has a huge crush on him. And apparently the screen test they did together just went horribly wrong.
They were like, we're actually going to paint your teeth brown for this. And I'm like, so you're going to do that after I meet Eddie Redmayne, right? That's not something you do before. I get to meet people and then you do the brown teeth. They're like, no, it's this is just everybody's going to meet you with the brown teeth, and we're gonna like do like big circles under your eyes, like you're near death. And I was like, this has immediately become a nightmare for me.
I'd just been to Pizza Express beforehand. I thought we were going to be singing off with each other, you know, but they had us. Also, it was so weird because Taylor was dressed fully as Eponine and I was like in my tracksuit. And they had us on the floor like singing sweet nothings into each other, and all I knew is I just had garlic breath.
Well, would it have worked though, Says? Would she have been good in it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Could have been a distraction. Like Anne Hathaway's role.
He's not English, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's English?
Yes.
She loves
Joe
a Brit.
Alwyn,
Right.
Yeah, she loves a Brit.
Loves a Brit.
Wasn't meant to be.
Right, there you go.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Not this Friday, next Friday. It's Fitzy and Whipper's midi-life crisis.
We could do 52 pubs in 24 hours and break this record. I'm excited.
Jump on board the midi-life crisis. Pub tour. Midi-life crisis.
Eva Mendes, we would like to extend the invitation.
Never.
Do you know one of the highlights too was when you took over halfway through the pub crawl last year, Fitz, and put your own music on, and it was just a nice day to go to the pub.
Cosmic Psycho is one of the greatest songs of all time. Well, it was perfect for the day.
Nice day to
you
go
didn't
to the
get
pub.
into it.
I
You
loved
weren't-
it, mate.
You weren't happy.
Nice day to have a schnitzel.
It's a great day to. Always a great day to go to the pub. It's your second home. It's a release, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah,
It's to
comfort
escape
zone.
reality.
Yeah. No, that's not what I need. But I think, I mean, last year there was so much energy and we were so excited for it, and we kind of got 3/4 of the way through, and it had been a long day. I think we had our first schooner at around 8 a.m. And you don't have to drink at every bar. You can have water, you can have a little midi, you can have a soft drink, do what you want. But Says you ghosted, I know that much.
No, sorry.
I'm just going to the bar.
I was taken out. My husband
was
arrived
removed?
with the kids.
Yeah.
Because he thought that was a fun addition to my day.
Yeah, and then you were like, Fitzy, do you want to go get some dinner at the East Village in Balmain? I'm like, we're still going, mate.
Well, we saw you after dinner.
Yeah.
On the
Is it
street.
wrong to
Tommy
start?
ghosted as well.
Did you, Tommy?
Yeah, well, I had a newborn baby, so I had to go home at about 2 o'clock.
Excuse.
Get over it, mate.
I'm so sorry.
Is it silly to train this week? For us to train, like to have quite a few beers this week?
No.
Knowing that next Friday...
How long's your schnitzel training been going for?
Oh. Yeah, he is.
It's not a schnitzel tour.
He's at peak performance at the moment, sir.
What are you
He
talking
just
about?
told me that he doesn't understand why his clothes don't fit properly
I
anymore.
think aren't they getting? I think Lisa's washing them differently
He said
because
he
they're
did.
shrinking.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest horse race is tomorrow, and you know how trainers, They train it up to the
Yeah,
final minute.
yeah.
Whipper does that with schnitzels in the pub crawl in the
Well, you know
midlife
what?
crisis.
Hey, we're on a boat tomorrow, says.
Oh, we are
For the Melbourne
actually.
Cup. Don't worry about that. We're really warming up.
Yeah, I know, but we're supposed to be there working. You
Yeah,
and
we
I
are.
are working.
Oh, we'll work. Don't worry. We'll work the room perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
And our way through anything that comes at us. This is good, guys. I mean, we've already had a couple of great suggestions. The Vicar in Dural and the Mean Fiddler in Rouse Hill. Keep the suggestions coming. 1324 Tub. 10.
Tub?
Just thinking of it.
That word pub just jumped off the page of
on my phone.
132410. What pub would you like us to go to? Come and join us for a beer.
Christine in Hurstville, what pub should we visit, Christine?
I reckon that you should start off at the Alawa Hotel.
The Alawa?
Yeah, it's a great pub.
One of your favourites, Christine?
It's near Cogra.
Oh, okay, down at Cogra. All right, well, have they got a signature dish there, or what's so good about it, Christine?
They've got beautiful mezzies that you can just start off slowly with and have a drink, and then you can go on to your next drinks at the next pub and maybe have lunch.
Yeah, Christine's doing 5 nights a week there, I reckon. Plenty of other suggestions. Yeah, go on.
Guys, but the deal is, I've got to come with you. I'm 60 and I reckon I could outdo you all.
Oh, Jesus, that's what we're looking for.
What an offer.
Christine, you're in. Get yourself on the bus. Let's tour.
I'm there.
Good on you,
Love it.
love.
We'll see you next Friday.
Right on. Anna in Schofield's. Got a pub for us, Anna?
Sure do. Happy Monday, guys.
Happy Monday.
Everyone in the West knows this, but it's the Quinn. It's called the Quakers Inn.
Okay.
The
Okay,
Queen,
Quakers
yeah.
in.
The Quakers in.
Done.
All right.
Put it out on the list, please.
Why is that so good, Anna?
Everyone goes there. You know, it's like a local pub. It's similar to the Fiddler, but it's a little bit, you know, tradies go there. My partner goes every grand final, and I leave him there at 4 and pick him up at like 1 a.m. So
Oh, beautiful. Isn't that great? Anna, I love that. All right, done. Lock it in.
And let's stay out west, go to Penrith now with Trev. Hi, Trev. Give
Hey,
us a
Trev.
pub.
Hey, Beach Weber.
What's going on, Trev?
The Pioneer Tavern, best beers and the best schnitties anywhere in Sydney.
And what about the people, Trev? What are they like in there?
Awesome, mate. Becca will look after you. She's the bistro manager, hotel manager there. She's a great girl.
Okay.
Trev, will you be there next Friday, the 11th?
I'll be there.
All right,
Trev,
write it
what a
down, Tommy. The
treat.
Pioneer, the Queen,
Pioneer.
the Quakers Inn, and the Alawa and Cogra.
Awesome.
Also on the list because people.
Tommy's actually writing it down.
Guys, you can, Tommy's actually working.
In the air.
You can DM us as well. Slide into the DM and tell us where you want us to go and meet us there for a drink. Greengate Hotel is a suggestion.
Oh, yep.
Just the Rocks. What about the Nora Head Sporties?
Oh, Nora Jones, I love
Yeah, and the
her.
Nora Jones. It says here, avoid Fairfield. You'll be bled dry.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that is Rouse Hill,
There's
of
another
course.
vote for the Green Gate. I've had done many a Christmas Eve on there.
Oh, Winston Hill Hotel. If you don't mind.
Okay, if you've got any more suggestions, go to Fitzy and Whipper's Instagram account. You can DM us there, and we'd love to see you next Friday. We're going to be travelling everywhere.
Tommy, got the T-shirts going?
Yeah, a new run of T-shirts, and they'll probably look similar to last year, but
With a different date.
with a different date on.
Wow, great
I've
work.
been working super
Any
hard on
polos
that.
for Whip this year, like he wanted last
Yeah,
year?
you got a big collar?
You did request a polo, but you have to get a minimum order of 20.
That
so-
should be fine, mate.
Okay, 20 polos.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll all have yours.
Great news, guys. I'm really pumped for this. Remember, let's warm up.
Huge.
Says you and I can train tomorrow at this
Cannot
client
wait.
event.
Yes, I can.
I'll carry you out of there. You don't need to worry about it.
Off the boat tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Seeing how you got off the boat that time in those Crocs and
I
went
fell.
flying.
Yeah, nearly broke my elbow.
Absolutely.
Have a great Halloween, guys.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.